Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I've got a message for Scorpio today, and to let you know how this works, I've asked my guides in spirit to bring a message through for you that will be deeply meaningful and helpful as you navigate what's going on in your world this week. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I strongly invite you to subscribe so you can benefit from staying in contact with this high vibration information every week. And if you're returning, I'm so grateful for you and I appreciate your presence so much. And I'm really looking forward to going on this journey with you this week. So let's get straight to your reading. We've got some interesting things going on. It's almost like you are really aware of things that are going on behind the scenes, yet that's maybe not what other people are seeing. It's one of those weeks where it's almost like things are not aligned inside and out. And I was seeing this with, I believe, the Aquarius reading. So there's something kind of shifty in the energy that the truth seekers, Aquarius, Scorpio, there's something funny. It's almost like you're seeing a little sharper than everyone else. So just keep that in mind. Be nice and gentle and kind to people this week because they just may not be there with you. Energy around you is the Page of Wands, and I do feel strongly that this is not an abstract energy, that this is literally people in your life. It looks like they're positive and happy and upbeat, cheerful, optimistic, but you're feeling like this. The Ten of Swords. So they're all happy about something, but you're more deeply aware that something is ending. The phase of something is it's coming to an end. And it's almost like they're at the party having a great time and you're down like in the basement being like, oh, what's really going on here? It's like behind the scenes, you're sensing that something is, I want to say amiss. You're sensing that something is just a little bit off. And, these figures aren't even really interacting with each other. They're just totally on separate pages. And I feel like you're not going to feel, it's going to be one of those tough weeks where you don't feel like you have the like-minded people, the like-minded support around you, because it's like only you seeing a certain thing and everyone else is maybe not seeing the same thing. It doesn't mean that either one is right or wrong. It's just you're on different pages, different places. So let's get to the rest of your reading. We've got the Five of Wands going into the Chariot, going into the Seven of Swords. This is continuation of what I'm talking about. So I see these two cards together, the Five of Wands and the Chariot. He's also, the Ten of Swords just fell on the floor, which is kind of funny because it's about endings and the woman is falling to the ground. But anyway, let's look at this. Five of Wands looking up at the Chariot. So his gaze is looking up at her. And that Five of Wands is it's not a comfortable energy. It's tests. You feel like you're having to really struggle and force your way forward. You're strong enough to do it, but you're just kind of feeling like you're challenged and you're having to kind of go against the flow. So I'm wanting to say against the mainstream, against it's like counterculture, counter to the mainstream. So you're going ahead, or you're going against of where everyone else maybe wants to go. And that coalesces into a stronger energy. The Chariot, it doesn't defeat you. And of course, when this card comes up, you're strong enough to take it, but it doesn't defeat you. In fact, it makes your vision and your purpose even stronger. It gives you a greater vision and you're even more determined to succeed because of navigating through that tough spot. And you're putting your heart and soul and all of your willpower into moving forward. And you're really trying to keep your momentum going. Got my Page of Wands fell on the floor too. So, okay. It's funny. They're saying it's about leaving it behind. You're leaving all of that conflict and that the difference of opinion behind. If you're someone who likes to look very deeply at things and you were at some point surrounded by very superficial, this is you finally leaving that behind. Now we encounter the Seven of Wands. Seven, I can't even say his name. 7 of Swords. And now the focus of the Chariot is looking up at the swan on top. The swan is the guardian of those swords, the guardian of those divine energies that come through as thoughts. And I think for me, this is coming through two ways. Either that your willpower is going to be so strong that someone may try to take something from you, or to be dishonest to you, or to be two-faced to you, and it's just not going to faze you. Because you're so focused on your goal, there's so much momentum behind you, a tiny loss is going to be like a mosquito bite that goes away almost instantly. It's like it doesn't even faze you. That's what I'm feeling on one hand. On the other hand, I'm feeling like because you're so focused on your goal and you're so focused on these trials that something may be escaping your attention. And I'm feeling more strongly compelled to talk about that. So let's stay with that for a while. So you're looking up, your gaze is up at your ideal, at that purpose that is driving you forward. But underneath you, someone is doing something fishy, someone is doing something shady. So we refer back to that Page of Wands. Let me pick her up actually, because I think we need to see her. So we refer back to the Page of Wands, who's actually covering up for something, right? So there's something that you didn't buy because it was like she was too cheerful or too happy or things are looking too good. You didn't buy it. You were thinking, Swords. And this comes true. So what this is talking about is this relationship needs to be over. This relationship here, because she isn't what she seems, and she comes to take something from you when you're so set on your purpose. This can be someone external, but it can also be an internal person. It can be the part of you that doesn't want to, that's not honest with yourself, that wants to sabotage and scupper your own goals and scupper yourself from getting to where you need to go. It doesn't have to be an external person. And in fact, if you find yourself, if this is saying to you, okay, I know exactly who this is, and I know that I need to sever my relations with them, you have to understand that it's your internal struggle with your own internal saboteur that is causing this drama to play out between the two of you. So it's almost like it's nothing to do with her. It's all to do with you and the way you're trying to find your true self and the way that you're trying to stay so committed to that vision that you see. So, like I said, this is a bit of a tough week. I'm drawing my attention to something, so I just want to check in with them quick. The light and the dark of the swan and the figure on this card. The swan is pure white. Her unicorns are white. His pants are white. So we're looking at true purity. This is kind of the semblance of purity. She seems optimistic. She seems happy. She seems joyful. But we're really talking about true purity. And I'm trying to ask them what they really mean by that. So it's really the purity of intent with other people. So that when your intentions are not pure towards other people, then something is taken from both of you. So this is really asking you to stay true to the clarity of your purpose, but to understand that this is tough because you can't justify a fight by saying, well, I'm in a fight, that means one of us is right and one of us is wrong. This is about following that purity no matter wherever it takes you. If it takes you with someone taking advantage of you, there's something you have to learn from that. But if you were following your intention purely, that karma just comes back to hit them. It won't have any effect on you. But if you get into these things because you're just craving a drama or craving a fight, then the karma is going to be blacker for you, because instigating a fight is coming from the intent of discord. It is coming not from peace. It's not coming from harmony. It's not coming from unity. So this is tricky. It's kind of like making sure that you're navigating your fight from the right place. Any fights that you encounter on the outside are just manifestations of what's going on the inside. So if you are encountering situations on your way to staying true and pure to yourself, to the highest intent of love and integrity for yourself, and you find yourself in conflicts, then you know that it's just part of the journey, part of the kink to work out. However, if you're thinking, well, I'm in a fight, so therefore I must be on the right side of things, that's not quite right either. That's not right. Oh, they're even playing with my words here, trying to explain this to you. It's like it's the intent versus the circumstance. You may have the pure intent to help someone, and if your intent is purely to help someone and it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter because your intent was pure. But if you help someone and your intent is to get something from them, that's a lower thing, a lower vibration, and it comes back at you lower, and your karma is a little bit tarnished. So it's not what you do, it's why you do it. So that's something to think about this week. Why are you involved in this battle? Why are you engaged in this? Is it because you're on your own course and you just happen to be there, or is it because you were looking for it to justify your position? So, whoa, thank you for joining me on that. That really was a journey. We went all sorts of different places. So let me know if you've got some comments or some questions in the comments. And I also just wanted to let you know that I do offer one-on-one readings over my website, True Guidance Tarot, or trueguidancetarot.com, and they are virtual, so over Zoom. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one.